How's it going, brother?
Oh, it's great.
Nice to see.
Abbotsford Canucks, one win away from a Calder Cup victory.
Yeah. Oh
Wow.
man, a little scary at the end there. Shelov's making 3 saves, couldn't stop the fourth, but either way, enough was enough, and the game ended.
Yep, they moved to 9-0 in these playoffs after leading after 2 periods. So just good stuff. I mean, you knew they were going to press hard there and hope for an empty netter, but they had the 2-goal cushion, so giving one back in the last minute there isn't too big of an issue. You get the win, and that's all that really matters. Is you now have a stranglehold on this series. 3 games to close it out.
Well, it's so crazy too because you look at the ebbs and flows of this series so far through 4 games, and obviously when they played 2 games down there in Charlotte, the Canucks were outshot by a landslide. And then here in Abbotsford, it has been a lot more even, but there does seem to still feel like there's those 5 to 10 minute stretches where Charlotte suddenly gets 10 shots. And I think at one point in the second period, I think halfway through the game, the shots were only 9 shots for Abbotsford. They end up coming back on that, but that just shows you the Abbotsford Canucks just stick with it no matter what's going on. They eventually get back on that train and they get going because they came back and the shots are now very even again by the end of that game.
Yeah, I mean, a lot closer than it looked. I mean, a lot of Charlotte's shots in that third period, they were just trying to generate rebounds for the first bit, and then the probably 5 or 6 of them really came in the last 2 minutes. So um, pretty even third period, pretty even second period. Jonathan Lekkerimäki, hell of a game. Now getting the game winner, with Charlotte getting one back there in the last minute. So, um, yeah, not much bad to say about these guys. Obviously, working hard together. One thing that did hurt them late was Nielsen getting tossed for the unsportsmanlike conduct. Obviously, you want him and his physicality out there late in the game, but no harm, no foul. Finish this one off. Let's move on to Saturday night and close this one out at home.
For anyone who didn't actually get to see it, just picture me ranting about the refs, but it was actually Tristan Nielsen doing it. So that's why. If I were to say those things to the ref that I said, I would have been tossed as well. So Tristan Nielsen doing exactly what I was doing. So I feel justified in my rant about the refs that were blind and dumb.
Yeah, no, it was a interesting game. When they blew Shelov's shutout there with a pretty soft tripping call, the Charlotte player skated um, right into Nielsen's stick, and it really wasn't a trip, in my opinion. But I guess the back official thought it was. The close official was going to let it go. But again, doesn't matter. No pictures on the score sheet. It's a 3-2 victory, and we move on to Saturday night.
So, if you had to pick someone out of this team that you didn't expect to play as well as they did for the Abbotsford Canucks, was there anyone who kind of surprised you with how well they played tonight? Or are you just expecting them all to play well these days?
It's next man up mentality, right? So you just expect them all to have a really good game, and if someone has a bit of an off game, there's always someone there picking them up, having a career playoff game. Tonight it was Lekkerimäki's night to break out and really hold the team up. Linus Karlsson defensively had one of his best games, I think. Broke up a couple of odd man rushes, had a couple of huge blocked shots. I really, really, really liked what I saw from Carlson. Most of the playoffs, obviously, he's been contributing offensively, but tonight really showed how valuable he has been to this team throughout this run, by playing really, really solid defensive hockey as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the buy-in that they're getting from everyone. And I was watching Landon Farrell, who was doing color for the game tonight. He was on with Donnie and Dolly, and he said watching the game live and having played with Manny Malhotra in a practice setting, he's like, when I'm watching these guys play, it looks like we have a team full of Manny Malhotras, and that's exactly what we want because he was a 200-foot player, amazing in the face-off, 100% effort all the time. And if they want to emulate someone, Manny Malhotra is the guy to emulate.
Well, absolutely. And Manny didn't overthink the game. He didn't push harder than his skill allowed. He played exactly as hard as he was capable of doing and talented enough to do. and he became the most effective version of himself. We saw that with the Canucks in that 2011 run. Unfortunately, had the awful eye injury that he suffered, and had he been healthy through that entire playoff series, who knows what could have happened in the Stanley Cup final, right? So, um, he's one of those players that's always been a glue type of player where he can play up and down the lineup. He can contribute offensively, but he's never ever going to be a liability in your own end. And he has turned so many of these players into just responsible defensive minded first. And they are able to read the play and break out so quickly when they collapse. I mean, it's funny. It reminds me of the third Mighty Ducks movie, D3, when they go to like that private high school and their coach is talking about how defense wins championships and you got to clean up the trash in front of the net. Well, late in the third there, you saw all 5 Vancouver Canucks or Abbotsford Canucks, sorry, within about 2 feet of the crease, just making sure that nothing was getting through to Shilovs after they went down. After they were fighting back 6-on-5, they collapsed down, cleaned up the trash, looked for rebounds, kept the puck out of the danger areas. And it's every single line that does that. There is no one hanging out outside the blue line waiting to break out offensively. They don't move until they know they have that moment to move out. And it's just, it's been an absolute pleasure to watch.
Do you think the Charlotte Checkers are having difficulty not only with obviously the huge loud crowd in Abbotsford, but the fact that their play style is really based on playing on terrible ice, and now they're playing on a sheet of ice that has got much more smoothness to it and isn't a bunch of slush? Do you think that has really affected their effectiveness as a team?
Uh, I'm not sure. I mean, they've played on the road plenty, but they haven't had to travel time zones.
Mm-hmm.
Jet lag coming out to the West Coast maybe had more of an effect on them than they thought it was going to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Obviously, the ice conditions are different, but I think it's more of an advantage to Abbotsford than it
Mm-hmm.
is a disadvantage to Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, Abbotsford's able to snap the puck around a little cleaner. A lot of the more skilled guys that are willing to carry the puck are carrying the puck further because they feel like they can stick handle it safely and it's not going to fall off their stick. Yeah, Charlotte kind of is a little bit more of a luck based system where they're waiting for their moments and the mistakes to happen. And unfortunately, when you come up against a team that doesn't make a ton of mistakes, your game plan kind of goes to shit. So, Charlotte really struggling to find an answer for the Abbotsford Canucks, and game 2 was really just about a bounce going Charlotte's way. Abbotsford, really hasn't given Charlotte much of a chance to get into this series.
I wanted to go back to Shelovs for a quick second too, because speaking of a weird bounce, there was a couple of those tonight. One of those coming off the end boards, one of those coming off of I think it was Hirosi's skate, got a pass from Wu, and the puck came squirting out front. But the thing you're seeing from Shelovs is he is never out of position, no matter what the situation is, no matter what kind of chaos is happening. He seems to be reading very well, getting back to the net, and somehow just fighting to keep the puck. Even when he had a guy sitting on top of him in front of the net, he was still able to make a save. It was absolutely crazy out there. So Shelovs has maybe he improved a little bit in fighting through the crowd.
Yeah, over the course of the playoffs, he has absolutely improved in that avenue of his game. I'm sure that he's reviewed a lot of the goals with Justin Pogge when it comes to tracking that puck at distance and just staying tall, and that's something that we talked about in the intermission. He was
Mm-hmm.
controlling the puck really well, letting it hit him instead of trying to save it,
Mm-hmm.
which is a big thing when you're tracking the puck through traffic like that because he's so big. All he needs to do is just stay tall and cover what he can of the net. And if it gets tipped, so be it, and it goes by him. But if you're playing positional, and it has to be a perfect goal to beat you, it's a lot better look on you as a goalie than when you're trying to fight through traffic and it's beating you clean because you're out of position or you're overcommitting to the wrong side.
So I'm going to end the poll question now, Dustin. It says, which Abbey Canuck is most likely to pull a Sherwood next year and make a big impact on the Canucks? The options were Mancini, Carlson, Kudratsev, and other. Comment in the chat. Did you vote in the poll? And if so, who did you vote for?
For me, I got to go with other. July 1st, the Vancouver Canucks have got to offer Sammy Blais a contract. My God. Just the way that he goes out there every shift and will either throw a big hit, generate something offensively. He's just an absolute triple threat. He's not a defensive liability. He can play on the power play. He can play on the penalty kill. I saw someone actually in chat recommend that he could be a replacement for JT Miller, and he is that type of energy guy, but looks like he's way more of a team player. He brings everyone up with him. He brings that energy along, and now that he's been able to kind of control his emotions a little better and not get overzealous after the whistle, I mean, man, he has been so effective in this series, and throwing his weight around in this game, it made Charlotte really shy away from a lot of his forecheck.
Well, it's funny because KJ Brazy puts in chat Miller light, but Miller doesn't have a Stanley Cup.
Touche.
Just putting that out there. Sorry, KJ.
Exactly.
3 stars of the game. Might be a tough one for you, Dusty, but what are you thinking?
I mean, Jonathan Lekkerimäki had an incredible game. Him or Shelovs could be first star. Shelovs with another 32 save performance. Third star is the tough one, right? Like, if you're gonna go home team, I guess Arshdeep. But Jack Devine had a pretty good game on Charlotte. He was a big reason for, he was a great pass on the 2-on-1 on the power play. And then digging that one out of Shelov's pad there to get it to his backhand to get that goal and put them within one. I mean, I could have maybe thrown him third star. So for my 3 stars, I'll go Lekkerimäki, Shelovs, and Devine. Those would be my 3.
Cool. Well, you're nicer than what they got because they did make Arshdeep Baines the third star of the game. He does have the 1 goal, but even on top of that, talking about Arshdeep's game, this finals is like he's gone next level because he did not score a goal until we got into the finals. He only had the 1 goal tonight, but I think he's up He's up to like 6 goals in just this series now, which is absolutely insane. Yeah. And is just like a dog on a bone. How many times did you see him make a play from his butt? Like, it's been crazy.
Yeah, no, he did have a really, really strong game as well. So I'm not opposed to him being third star at all. He had a couple of other chances where he could have had 2 or 3 goals tonight. So he has been an absolute dog in these finals. And I mean, every single line looks like they can go out there and score, and they can throw hits. They can hurt you. I mean, Di Giuseppe wiped out Chris Colo in the corner there too. I thought he was gonna hit. I thought he took him right out of the game.
Yeah.
Just big, clean hits all around, and yeah, I can't wait for Saturday night, man. 6:00 Saturday can't come fast enough.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I was gonna ask you too, with Jonathan Lekkerimäki's play. Do you think he's kind of changing the narrative on what everyone was thinking through the playoffs so far, or how do you think these last couple games he's played have changed what people were thinking about him as a prospect?
Well, I mean, the problem is that no one watched him all season, and they all start paying attention with the last 2 series of the playoffs here, and they're all like thinking he's getting traded and stuff. And I saw the slash he took in the first series. Like, he was hurt. The kid was hurt. Like, there was no reason to rush a young prospect like him back when he is actually hurt. It really had nothing to do with his work ethic or his ability to play in the playoffs. Like, he was playing well right up until that big heavy slash he took on the wrist, and then he did take a couple of heavy hits as well. And he was also playing NHL games right up until he came back right up until the end of the season. So he was banged up from that as well. Let's not forget he missed a couple of games with injury for the big club. So what I'm seeing is a guy who's healthy. He got his legs under him last game where he started to look a little more comfortable, started to get some speed back, was handling the puck a little more. And then tonight you saw his shot come back. You saw his speed there on the breakaway, and then to be able to make that play and beat Kakinen 5-hole. I mean, he looks like the top prospect we hope he is. I mean, this is what I expected to see from him when he got healthy.
Yeah.
And surprise, here he is.
Yeah, Kakinen had a bit of a leaky 5-hole. Maybe that's the scouting report because Tristan Nielsen put it there with the 6th goal of the game last game. So maybe the boys were shooting for it.
I think he's just starting to leak everywhere. They just seem to have his number right now, and be interesting to see what happens Saturday night. He might have a short leash in the crease. If Abby gets up 2-3-0 in the first period, he might not last much longer than that, and then we'll have to see.
Yeah,
obviously that's super hopeful and wishful thinking, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. There's an immense amount of pressure on Charlotte to win next game. There's not a ton of pressure on Abbotsford at all because this is 100% overachieving for anything this year. But I'm sure Manny will have them ready to go, not to overlook that game. He'll talk about the importance of winning at home and using that home crowd's energy, and being able to hoist the cup in front of your home crowd would just be absolutely incredible. They've worked so hard this season to get to this point, and one more puck, baby.
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, Dean HD did a really good deep dive into the Abbey Canucks. Oh no, was it Nuckhead? Oh no, I might be mixing them up. No, it was Nuckhead. It was Nuckhead. Make sure you check out Nuckhead's latest video. He will be coming on the show this summer, by the way, for everyone who doesn't know that yet. But he does a great breakdown of Abbotsford, or of the NHL Vancouver Canucks AHL affiliates, and he goes all the way down. He even looks at the ECHL level, and out of the 100 years or whatever it is of these teams that they've been affiliated with, only one team has won one championship, including the Canucks, their AHL affiliate and their ECHL affiliate. So what the Abbotsford Canucks here is truly historic because it's only happened once before if you add up all the years playing, it's like 150 years of teams playing and only one championship. Connor Cahill, checkers can only thank the ref for their first goal. $2 dono.
Fair enough. Yep. Absolutely.
Dustin, you gonna be around for the Saturday night game at 6:00?
Oh, absolutely. Can't miss a potential championship game. I'll be here for the rest of them, man.
Excellent.
We're not missing another one.
Do you do anything to line up, or are we just rolling with the same thing? Anything the Canucks change, or is it just par for the course?
I think at this point now, this is the lineup you got to go with. Unless someone got, extra banged up tonight, I wouldn't expect to see any changes going into the clinching game on Saturday night.
It's gonna be lots of fun. Potential to get a cup in Abbotsford should be huge. And then everyone was wondering, I was gonna ask you too, because people were like, "Oh, why don't they have these games maybe come out to Rogers Arena?" It's like I said, it's probably because they're trying to build the Canucks fandom in Abbotsford, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. I mean, you want to reward the fans who have watched the team the entire season. You don't want to take that away from them. Maybe have a watch party in Vancouver for some Vancouver fans to watch the Abbotsford game. But don't take that from the community. They've supported the team for the entire regular season, throughout the entirety of the playoffs, right up until this point. That would just be a gross, obviously, money grab, and you don't want to do that. But I'd be all for like a viewing party or something like that inside Rogers Arena, some sort of support from the big club. But definitely not in favor of moving anything out of the buildings that have earned these rights. Obviously, too, there's scheduling conflicts and things probably with Rogers Arena, and I'm sure maybe the ice is even out right now. Who knows, right? So just keep it where it is. Let the Abbotsford fans continue to carry this team. I mean, the last 2 games, the roof sounds like it's going to blow off of that place. I mean, the energy is high, and yeah, let's bring it home. Bring it home Saturday night, babe.
So you
got this.
And you dropped, what did you drop? 10 gifted memberships or something like that? I don't think a single one went out because I guess we're maximized.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on.
So you have to save those for next game.
You know what? I'll probably get refunded. We'll do them in chunks of 5 next game, or I'll do all 10 in singles or something. I'm just trying to catch up because I missed a couple games. So
anything you
also, we had 200 friggin' viewers.
Yeah,
man.
isn't that crazy, man?
I had to throw some love out there.
I keep on explaining this is how you turn on gifted membership. Nobody's listening, so make sure you turn on your gifted memberships before you come to the next stream. Is there anything else you want to say to chat before I let you go, brother?
Thank you as always for coming along on the ride with us. Appreciate the comments. I always read the chat when Russ and I are talking. Unfortunately, sometimes we don't get a chance to answer everyone's questions because we only get so much time in the intermissions, and then post game we're pretty focused on what happened in the game. But don't be discouraged. I do read the entire chat and appreciate everything. Appreciate all the love, and hope everyone has a good rest of their week. And we will see you Saturday night.
Awesome, Dustin. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk to you on Saturday night.
Sounds great, man.
Nothing is perfect.